We begin today's meditation with a few sipping exercises to remind us a little treat can go a long way. So pick up your McCafe iced coffees, close your eyes, and deep sip in, and deep satisfaction out.
Take a treat retreat at McDonald's. Right now, get a McCafe iced coffee in any size and any flavor for just 99 cents until 11 a.m. Price of participation may vary.
This is No BS Job Search Advice Radio, episode 1745. I'm your host, Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter, and welcome. This is a great show. It's about when it's okay to quit without notice. There's specific circumstances that make sense, and I'll just simply say there was a great article by Liz Ryan that I pulled this from. She's got full credit for it, and it's a very worthwhile show. Hope you find it helpful and give it a great review. And in the meantime, let's just get going. Someone asked a question that translated into, when is it okay to quit without giving notice? And I'd remembered an article that Liz Ryan had written in the past that dealt with this subject. Liz is a tremendous resource. This was released February 17th, 2018 on Forbes. Great piece. I want to give her full credit for this because it is a good article. And it starts off answering someone's question. And lesson number one here is don't give notice unless you know you'll get paid for it. So always make sure that the firm you're working for has a history of paying. Like, I know I worked with a search firm in the past where I knew that if I walked out the door, I was not going to see my money unless I went to the Department of Labor. And that was going to take more than a year. So I collected a commission check and left a little bit behind, less than $1,000, and collected a check for about $25, and walked out the door with my things and resigned the following Monday. So I'll just simply say, never give notice unless you know you'll be paid for it. And then she goes on to say, here are reasons why you can quit without giving notice. And the first one is one that I've covered in previous videos. If you feel physically afraid to stay, then get out. Never stay where you feel at risk. Number two, if you've already seen or heard of an employee in your company being walked out the door without the ability to work their last 2 weeks, don't chance it. Tell your boss you're quitting on your last day of work and not a moment before. Number three, if you're going to work for a competitor and you haven't seen any evidence that your company will honor your 2-week notice period, don't give them the opportunity to jerk you around. Don't give notice. Just leave. Number four, if you are already in a conflict with your boss and don't want to expose yourself to more abuse at their hands, don't give notice. Ignore the people who tell you it's unprofessional not to give notice. It's unprofessional not to give notice when you work for ethical people, right? When you work for slime balls, like at times I have, the professional thing to do is escape at the first opportunity. Don't give notice if you're hanging on by a thread emotionally, and you know that remaining at your job for 2 more work weeks will cause you to break down or say things you shouldn't. Great advice. I have seen people decompensate in front of me because they were just under so much stress. They needed to escape, and after they broke down, then they left. You don't have to do that. Just leave. Don't give notice if you need time to collect yourself and recover before you start your new job. I've been, as a recruiter, I've worked with people who said, I need 2 weeks off before I go to the new job. So I'm going to give 2 weeks notice here and start in 2 weeks. I am beat to heck because they were working 90-hour work weeks, and this is going to be the first time they were going to see their family. So they actually want to spend some time with them. Don't give notice if you feel that your boss will punish you for the crime of wanting to work for someone else. Boy, is that a big one. And she writes, unfortunately, this is not an uncommon occurrence. Some managers will use your last 2 weeks to insult you and put you down. Like, there was a guy I represented when I worked in recruiting who had been with one of the large oil companies for 30 years. He was making very little. He was like a junior programmer, having started off as a clerk and worked his way up. And he gave notice. It was a big day in his life. He gave notice. And you know what they did? They brought him to a small office with a desk and no phone and told him he was being reassigned to that spot with no work to do for 2 weeks. Tell me, how is that good for him or for the firm? Don't give notice if you don't want to and your new job is ready for you to start right away. Now, this is a tricky one because sometimes what you're doing is just chasing a bright, shiny object. And the idea of the new job may be stronger than the reality of the new job. And, I'm not so sure about this one. That's my personal take. Skip the 2-week notice period if your company is laying people off anyway. And that's a good one because, frankly, in the last recession, the person who gave notice became one of the new job cuts and saved someone else. So you don't have to do it if there are cuts that are taking place. And rather than holding out those 2 weeks, just walk out the door, okay? And number 10 is, don't give notice if your gut tells you that you'd be foolish to give your boss another reason to mistreat you. Don't do it. Just leave. These are great tips from her. I have a quibble about one of them. But overall, it's great advice, specific circumstances under which it makes sense not to give notice. So that's today's show. I hope you found it helpful. And if you did, here are a few more ways to get more from me. First of all, there's my website, which is thebiggamehunter.us. I have more than 8,000 blog posts there that you can watch, listen to, or read that will help you find your next job. In addition, if you're interested in my coaching you, at the site, there's a button there that says schedule. Schedule time for a free discovery call. Schedule yourself in for coaching, interview preparation coaching, salary negotiation advice, how to have your questions answered or coaching related to hiring more effectively, managing and leading, helping you be a better executive in your organization, and overall being a better employee of your firm. You can also connect with me on LinkedIn at linkedin.com/IN/TheBigGameHunter. Mention that you watched or listen to my content. I like knowing I'm helping folks. Once we're connected, if you're interested in coaching, let me know. I think it's easier at the website, but if that's the way you want to do it, so be it. Lastly, join my group on Facebook called Career Angles. It's focused on helping you do better at work. Information there is shared daily, and I'm attempting to build a supportive group there. Ask to join. I'm not letting recruiters in, so I want to make it a safe place for everyone. I'll be back tomorrow with more, and in the meantime, I hope you have a great day. Be great!
We begin today's meditation with a few sipping exercises to remind us a little treat can go a long way. So pick up your McCafe iced coffees, close your eyes, and deep sip in. And deep satisfaction out.
Take a treat retreat at McDonald's. Right now, get a McCafe iced coffee in any size and any flavor for just 99 cents until 11 a.m. Price of participation may vary.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
This Thanksgiving, think outside the oven and get Thanks Grilling with Ace. Get a new grill and choose from top brands like Traeger, Weber, and Big Green Egg to add even more flavor to your Thanksgiving turkey, side dishes, and desserts. Plus, right now, get free assembly and delivery on all grills and accessories $3.99 and up. For the best help on the best grills, stop by your local Ace and get Thanks Grilling. Ace Rewards members only through December 24th. See participating stores for scheduling or exclusions.